Hey guys, welcome back to another sonic screwdriver video. Today we are celebrating 60 years of time and space. Yes, it's the 60th anniversary of our favourite show, Doctor Who. So happy birthday, guys, of course, happy birthday. And what better way to celebrate than to take a look at some of my sonic screwdriver replicas from the 50th anniversary. So we've got some Night of the Doctor and some Day of the Doctor sonic screwdriver replicas to take a look at today. So for the Night of the Doctor, we saw Paul McGann reprise his role as the 8th Doctor, and he came back and regenerated into John Hurt, the War Doctor. But before that, we saw a little bit of action where he used his sonic screwdriver. But this was not the same sonic screwdriver prop that was used in the TV movie. This was actually a replica of that prop, and this replica was kept on display at the Doctor Who Experience, I believe, and they used that one for this little mini-sode. And that replica was made by TLP, I think Time Lord Pocket Replicas, and yeah, it was made quite a few years ago now, so yes, I don't actually have one of them, but what I do have here is the wonderful RB Replicas 8th Doctor's sonic screwdriver. So yes, we're going to be taking a look at that instead, of course. So this is a very, very good representation of the prop that was used in the little mini-sode, Night of the Doctor. You can see it doesn't have the button or anything like that, and I'm pretty sure that is how this replica should be. And the Time Lord Pocket replica, I don't think that had the button either, but I'm not 100% sure. But I'm quite happy with this as a replica for the Night of the Doctor. Obviously, we've got some other replica coming for the movie, so we'll have a different prop for that. So yes, this is purely for the Night of the Doctor mini-sode, so this is literally for the 50th anniversary collection. So yes, very happy with this. It's very well made, spring-loaded, as you can see, so it can go into extended position, and then you just have to twist it closed. There we go, closed position. So yeah, I think on the TV movie prop, there was actually a button, so you could press the button and it would spring out. Fortunately, this one doesn't do that, but for the Night of the Doctor, I don't think it did that anyway, so yeah, we're good with that. But yes, RB Replicas also make the version that has a, well, it looks like it has a button. I don't actually think it is, but that version is to represent the version for the TV movie. I don't actually have, well, I do have one of them, but it doesn't have a button. Like I say, it just looks like it has a button. And yeah, if you want to take a look at that and this one in better detail, go and check out the previous video on this that we've taken a look at before. But yeah, very nice, very nice. So moving on to the Day of the Doctor, of course, we have the introduction. Well, we sort of saw the introduction in the Series 7 finale, The Name of the Doctor, where we saw John Hurt's Doctor for the first time. But this is the first time we see him with his sonic screwdriver. So here we have another RB Replicas sonic screwdriver, this time based on the War Doctor. So yes, this is a very nice sonic screwdriver, and it's very shiny. It's well, it's shiny, but it could do with a polish, to be fair. I can see quite a few fingerprints on the metal there, but yes, this is from RB Replicas. I have got sound in here. So yeah, just the War Doctor, just the War Doctor sound chip from the Character Options toy. I think I got this one from a 10th Doctor screwdriver, but same thing, you know. So yeah, this is really nice. It's got a nice bit of weight to it. And I like to think this is what the prop sort of would have looked like if they'd have actually spent a bit more time on it. What I mean by that is, most of you will know, but some of you probably might not, so we'll just talk about it anyway. For the day of the Doctor, the actual prop that John Hurt used was actually one of these. Yeah, it was actually a modified Character Options 4th Doctor sonic screwdriver, probably the original release, because that's what would have been out at the time. So yeah, the Doctor Who props department for the Day of the Doctor decided to just take one of these. They snipped the emitter ring off, added a red LED, and then added the little fez end cap, which we've got here. So that's how it sort of came about. I believe they didn't really have a lot of time to make one. I think they didn't even ask Nick from Rubbertoe to make one, because I think he said he would have made one if they'd have asked him. But a few months later, Character Options released their version, which is essentially a 4th Doctor sonic screwdriver with the modifications. So yes, in the episode, the prop was in fact a modified Character Options toy, and then Character Options released a version of that, which was essentially the same except the modifications. So what's more accurate? Is it the toy, or is it the RB Replicas version? Because technically, the toy is closer to the prop than the RB Replicas. But I think if they'd have had time, they would have made it in metal. So I kind of like to have, you know, a metal version to go with my other metal sonic screwdrivers. But then, you know, you've got to have a Character Options toy because, you know, it's pretty accurate. So yeah, but I believe we'll be getting a different War Doctor sonic screwdriver soon, so yeah, we'll see how close that one is as well. But yeah, this one's pretty good, you know, quite happy with that. And yeah, it fits well on the stand from Rubbertoe Replicas. And talking about Rubbertoe Replicas, we've also got the moment back here, which I'll mention now because I'll probably forget later on. This is the mini moment that was released from from Rubbertoe Replicas even. And this was released, I think 2017, 2018, maybe. But yeah, they released a few of these. And I thought that's pretty cool. You know, I've got a few of the cubes, and I think this has popped up in a video before, but I thought since it's a 50th anniversary collection, we've got to get this in to take a look at. And yeah, it's really nice. You know, I do like this. It's very, very, very detailed. But yeah, it's very cool. So I thought, yeah, we'll get that in for a background piece. But yes, let's move on to the next sonic screwdriver from Day of the Doctor. We've got the 10th Doctor's sonic screwdriver. So when David Tennant reprised his role of the 10th Doctor, he needed some sonic screwdriver props, and MFX, Millennium FX, supplied them. Now this is a Millennium FX sonic screwdriver replica. In 2009, Millennium FX, which is the prosthetics company, they usually do some props and prosthetics for Doctor Who, they did a run of 500, or was it 500 or 250? It was 500. I think it was 500 sonic screwdriver replicas, and they were based on the Series 4 version of the prop, and they turned out like this. So not entirely accurate, but you know, close enough. And yeah, so this was released in 2009 by Millennium FX, and then fast forward to 2013 when David Tennant returned and he needed some sonic screwdrivers. Millennium FX, or Neil Gordon of Millennium FX, supplied I think 3 or 4 maybe even 5 of these replicas to production so we could use them. So that meant that this sonic screwdriver replica from 2009 became screen accurate in 2013. So yes, this is literally what we see on screen, and it's a really nice replica. It's actually my favorite 10th Doctor sonic screwdriver. As of right now, it's got a real nice weight to it. It's got a lot of brass in there. It doesn't have sound, but that only makes it closer to what we see on screen, I think, because obviously the props that are used on the show, they don't actually have sound. They add that in after. So this being screen accurate as well, it just makes me think, yeah, it's like it's come out the TV. But yeah, it's a real nice screwdriver, this one. Big fan of it. And we have taken a look at this on the channel before, so if you want a better look and more detail, go and check out the video on that. So last but certainly not least, we have the 11th Doctor's sonic screwdriver replica. Now this is the Rubbertoe Replicas first edition, the 11th and 12th Doctor's sonic screwdriver. So this is the version that's based on the later props, where it doesn't have the floppy end cap with the red button. This is just the solid end cap. And yeah, I do quite like this one. This is probably my favorite 11th Doctor's sonic screwdriver as well. And it also doesn't have sound. This is because the early Rubbertoe replica screwdrivers, which this is a low number first edition, they didn't come with sound as standard. You actually had to pay, I think it was like £100 extra for sound, and it was actually just the sound chip from a Character Options toy. So yes, the first owner of this, because I got this second hand, but yeah, the original owner of this decided not to go for sound, and yeah, I've never decided to put sound in it, because I do quite like having a sonic screwdriver without sound. Like, I've got the CT and the second edition Rubbertoe, they both have sound, so I'm quite happy to have one without sound as well. And yeah, I don't actually flick it either. I just slide this one open, because this is, you know, it's quite an old one now, and you can see how old it is by the yellowness of the handle. The white handle section is now a yellow handle section. That's just with age, that happens to all of them, and it happened to the original props, so suppose it is actually accurate to some of them, I guess. But yeah, it's a real nice screwdriver. Could take a better look at it in the full video, but yeah, we're just having a quick look now. But yeah, if you want to have a better look, go and check out the full video. But yes, it's a beauty. So that is my 50th anniversary collection, the Night of the Doctor and the Day of the Doctor sonic screwdrivers. You can still probably order an 8th Doctor sonic screwdriver from RB Replicas, maybe even a War Doctor screwdrivers. He does them now and then, so you can find RB Replicas on Etsy and also Facebook, so you could also give Russ a message. He's a really nice guy, and I've got quite a few screwdrivers off him, so if you're interested in seeing more of the RB screwdrivers, again, check out the previous videos. And the 11th Doctor sonic screwdriver, this first edition, has long sold out, so you can't get that anymore. And I also think the second edition has also sold out, but they do pop up on eBay now and then, so best place to find either of these two is eBay, because obviously this was released in 2009 and there was only, I think, 500 made and long sold out now. So yes, eBay is probably the best place to find, you know, either of these, but there's also plenty of other places to find replicas. But yes, that is it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little sonic screwdriver collection video. We'll have a few more collection videos coming in the near future, so yeah, make sure you look out for them. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Doctor Who day. Goodbye.